Hi, I'm Josh, and I'm going to run a marathon. At least that's the plan. I've never run a marathon before. The idea of running even a half marathon was unfathomable just a year and a half ago. A full marathon? That's 2 half marathons. Crazy. I know people do it, but man, it seems insane. I'm going to break this video into 4 parts. So, part 1, my story. Before I get into what this series is going to be, a brief history of my limited distance running experience. First, a truly horrible half marathon in September 2009. 21-year-old me was an absolute dodo bird. He must have thought training for a 13.1 mile race was optional. It did not go well. Second, the Potomac River Run half marathon in May 2023. I was more prepared. I felt more physically ready. I felt mentally ready. In the end, it went okay. Just one of those days. Not horrible, but not great. Third, the Richmond Half Marathon in November 2023. I trained well and the race went well. I was 14 minutes faster than the May 2023 race. The race day conditions and the training came together for a great run. Fourth, the DC Rock and Roll Half Marathon in March 2024. I didn't think I'd run faster than in Richmond since the course was harder, but physically, I was as or more prepared than I was 4 months earlier. The race was going splendidly, until a mile and a half in when I inadvertently stepped into a pothole and my left ankle crumpled under me. The pain was immediate. I knew it wasn't broken and I could still move forward, but did I stop running like a normal, sane human would? Of course not.
2 miles in, just went through Arlington, looped back around on the bridge, twisted my ankle pretty badly right near the first water stop. Giant pothole in the road, just stepped and really messed up my left foot, but I'm not stopping now unless I have to. Just keep on keeping on.
Hey Gino, you going dumb.
Woof. I kept going for another 11 and a half miles. I crossed the finish line just 2 minutes slower than in Richmond in November 2023. Just a few hours later, though, my ankle swelled up like a balloon. I laid in bed, my foot elevated. The pain was pretty bad. The orthopedist I saw a few days after the race confirmed that I had suffered a pretty severe sprain. I was put in a walking boot for 2 weeks, followed by an ankle brace. I was instructed not to run for 4 weeks, which turned into 6 weeks, which turned into 10 weeks. Finally, after 10 weeks, I was given the all clear to resume running. That was just last week as of the recording of this video. So that's where this story begins. Because before the race where I injured myself, I paid the hefty entrance fee and signed up for the Marine Corps Marathon, which will be run in October 2024. I knew marathon training in general was going to be difficult, but with an injury, and one where I had to stay off my foot for 2.5 months, and did I mention that my big goal for the marathon is to run it in under 4 hours? Yikes. Part 2, my plan. June 10th, which is tomorrow for me making this video, begins 20 weeks of training. I'll be following a 16-week program, so for the first 4 weeks, I'll repeat week 1 4 times. Sort of a base building phase. Starting in week 5, I'll pick up that 16-week program. The mileage will peak at 42 to 43 miles a few weeks in a row in late September and early October, before a 2-week taper leading into the race. If all goes according to plan, and honestly, it might not, I'll run just shy of 600 miles in the 20 weeks leading up to the race. When you lay it out like that, it seems impossible, but as I've had to remind myself before, it's just one run at a time. It's just one foot in front of the next. Part 3, goals and other things. My big overarching goal is to run the October 27th race in under 4 hours. Beyond that, I just want to enjoy the process. That's part of why I want to document things. So if nothing else, I can look back and appreciate the building blocks it took to try something like this. If I'm going to succeed, I have 3 things I know will be key. Number 1, get more sleep. I love to sleep. Who doesn't? But I probably pretty consistently get less sleep than I should. I could blame it on the fact that I have young kids, but who am I kidding? They sleep great. It's my own fault, but if I can improve in this area even just a little, I know it'll help. Number 2, eat better, or maybe just eat more consciously. I don't eat terribly, but I don't eat super well. I have a serious sweet tooth, and I have a particular affinity for a certain snack that smiles back. So I could definitely increase the amount of protein and good carbs, and cut back a little on the chocolate and desserts and handfuls of goldfish I'm shoving into my mouth on the regular. I'm not going to go crazy, but moderation is bound to help. Number 3, strength training. In my half marathon training over the past year and a half, getting the runs in has been challenging but doable. But strength training? What strength training? Unless you count curling the carton of goldfish as I take another swig of the best snack on planet Earth, or separating my growing kids as they ignore my repeated calls to get off your sister or get off your brother, my strength training is near non-existent. So, am I going to look like Zac Efron in Baywatch at the end of this? No way. But might some targeted strength exercises for runners help? Heck yeah. Part 4, the series. I think the plan is to make a video every week of training. I don't think they'll be too long, and I'll do my best to make them interesting. But I want to show realistically what it's like to have a full-time job with 2 young kids and responsibilities and taking this on in addition. I should add that I know people do this with similar circumstances. I don't think I'm special, but I hope it's helpful. And I hope at least some of you, if anyone is still watching, finds it interesting. So since I'm well on the road to recovery with my ankle, and since I'm able to run again, I'll end this video like I want to end all my videos going forward. Because I think I took running for granted before, and I don't want to do that anymore. So I'm grateful to run, and I'm grateful for today. I'm calling this series Foot Up to Finisher. This is episode 0. Thanks for watching. See you soon.